Yeah, it's your boy Chad Rob. We back, baby. I am who I am, the podcast, episode 11. We at 11 in this thing, man. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe here on YouTube, here on Apple Podcasts, here on Spotify, here on SoundCloud, here on, I do this every time. I can't remember all of them. Everywhere you can hear a podcast, just comment, subscribe, like, share, do it all for your boy, man, for your boy. And this is your boy Chad Rob, and this is I Am Who I Am, the podcast. So we got a big fight coming up this weekend. I want to start there. We got Wilder versus Ortiz, Deuce, the rematch. I respect Wilder so much for taking this fight. Like, he may have just with that tied or surpassed Mike Tyson in my greatest boxer of all time, my favorite boxer of all time, with this decision. To fight Ortiz again, after the battle that he fought with him the first time, a lot of people were giving Tyson. I even saw Cameron on Mayweather TV, I believe it was, talking about Fury won that first fight between Wilder and Fury. And I'm like, what are y'all, like, Fury will not beat Ortiz. Quit talking about his age. His age has nothing to do with it. Like, everybody about to see, Wilder about to show the world. Because Fury, if he steps back in the ring with Wilder, he will be sleep. He is going to sleep early. It won't even last 12 this time. He is going to sleep in the first 5 rounds. Fury will. Now back to Ortiz Wilder this weekend. I am so excited about this fight. I know Ortiz has trained harder and smarter and everything better than he ever has. And Ortiz really feels like he can win this fight, which he can. He can. And Wilder, as I'm watching him in his interviews and his training videos and this press conference here the other day, I'm just like, man, he looks so confident, man. I've never seen someone look so confident. I remember Mike Tyson having that confident smug on his face, like he just ready to just kill you. But Wilder's smiling, joking, laughing, but still looks so confident. Like, so I'm just like, man. And he keeps talking about, exactly what's coming, like the right hand. So, I mean, hats off to Wilder. Hats off to him. I mean, if anybody's going to step back in the ring with the guy that had you buzzed, hurt for us that don't know, you know what I mean? Anybody that does that, my hat's off. A round of applause. Bravo, because that's really saying something about you. Like, I was listening to Ebro in the morning this morning, and they were talking about, he's doing it for the culture. And now I have to agree with them on that. This is doing it for the culture because there is no reason to take this fight. He's taking the fight, and he is doing nothing but showing love and respect to Ortiz as much as he can with a man he's about to step in the ring with and do battle. So my hats off go to Wilder, man. I wish him the best this weekend. My prediction for the fight is Wilder by knockout in round 4. That's my, and that doesn't take nothing away from Ortiz. It just means Wilder's. I think Wilder's really on a tour to show the world that he ain't to be played with by none of these jokers. Like, everybody giving all these other boxers, heavyweight boxers, praise, and Wilder's like, look, man, I'm the man. Here it is. And he's about to show everybody that steps in the ring with him, that is willing to step in the ring with him. That's why I worry so much about that Joshua Ruiz rematch, because Joshua ain't going to fight him. Joshua is not going to fight Wilder. He won't do it. He won't do it. So I hope Ruiz can pull it out so we can see and we can finally know who's the greatest, which we know it's Deontay Wilder. But just so the world can know, these critics, these boxing gurus, can understand that Wilder is a great, all-time great, not just of today. So, and staying on sports, going to basketball, Carmelo Anthony gets another chance at his NBA career, and I'm I'm for one really happy that he got to get back in the league because that's what he really wanted. And like he said, he's definitely good enough to be in the league in the NBA, especially today's NBA. I mean, all you gotta do is put up 30 and you a legend. I was going back and forth with my homeboy earlier about the Rockets. He think the Rockets stand a chance against them Lakers, which they do. Because anytime you got Westbrook on your team, in my opinion, you got a chance. Because Westbrook is a scrapper. He is a baller. He do not want to lose, and he wants to win one on his own merit. Because I think even if he wins one with Harden, that's on his own merit. It ain't like KD. He gets more respect from me winning one with Harden than KD gets winning one with Curry, Draymond, Clay, and the rest of the 72-win team. But yeah, back to Carmelo. Carmelo looked good. I mean, for what it was. I mean, it was his first game in 2 years. He got the start, or I don't know, 1 year, 365 days, whatever the time span is. He looked good to me. I think he's gonna produce. I think he's gonna do what he's supposed to do. When Damian Lillard comes back and draws double teams and things like that, I think that's going to open up Carmelo for a lot of open shots that Carmelo can knock down, whether it's from the 3, the mid-game range. I think Carmelo and Damian Lillard are a great combination because of, like I said, Lillard's going to draw the double, and then Carmelo can score and don't have to make his own shots. The shots will be already made for him. So I'm hoping Carmelo comes out, and I hope he is an all-star. I hope he gets in there. I hope Lillard comes back and he averages his 25. I'm talking about Carmelo averages his 25, and Lillard still does his thing. And I want to see the Blazers do great things. I don't want to see them beat the Lakers. I'm a LeBron James fan, so therefore I have to talk about the Lakers. But yeah, we follow LeBron wherever he goes. But I do wish the best for Carmelo Anthony. I mean, his wife is Lala, so not Lala. Is it Lala? Lala? I don't know, but you know her from Power. But anyway, so this Naperville high school student, I'm gonna pull it up on the screen for you. Basically, what happens is the student puts, I guess I'm assuming it's a white student, puts a black student on Craigslist and tries to put the black student for sale as a slave. This story is crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna hit play on it right now, and so y'all can see it. So check this out.
A freshman at Naperville Central High School has been charged with 2 counts of felony hate crime and 1 count of misdemeanor disorderly conduct
2 counts
for
of
racist
felony
posts online.
hate crime.
The 14-year-old white male
Felony.
student is accused
High
of
school.
posting an ad on Craigslist with a photo of another student that reads, quote, "Slave for sale, Naperville." That language,
Slave
along
for
with the
sale,
caption that used
Naperville.
another racial slur, fit the criteria for hate crime charges.
The comments that were made by the photo, we immediately started investigating it as a hate crime because it fit the criteria of the law. The criteria is some type of crime, such as disorderly conduct, which alarms and disturbs another person, and then the comments directly related to the individual's race.
A DuPage County judge ordered the accused youth to avoid the other teen outside of school, and in school, contact cannot be threatening. The accused teen is now serving an in-school suspension, and his next court appearance has been scheduled for December 18th. This comes after a different racial incident that occurred at a Naperville Buffalo Wild Wings, where a multiracial party of 18 said they were asked by staff to move tables, as a regular who was racist did not want to sit next to black people. In that case, no
This is
hate
Buffalo
crime
Wild. I
charges
like
were
Buffalo.
filed. Police Chief Marshall
I like
said,
B-dubs.
though unfortunate, these incidents are not indicative of Naperville overall.
Our community is a very caring and welcome community, and there are thousands of interactions among Naperville residents and businesses on a daily basis. And I don't want to minimize what has happened in those 3 incidents, but it's not reflective of our entire community as a whole.
For Naperville News 17, I'm Christian Canizal.
So the first thing I want to say is I don't know where Naperville is. I'll do some research and try to find out where it is. Second thing is the kid at his school, or the kid at the school, was only given in-school suspension. But the police charged this freshman with felony counts. I get it. I'm against racism. I'm against hate crimes. I'm against all of that. But leave our kids alone. Why when, and I get this was done outside of school. And if that's the case, if it was done outside of school, then why is the kid getting in-school suspension? See, in my mind, I don't know how this got reported or how the police got involved with this. But if the school knew before the police force, then why isn't the school expelling this kid, suspending this kid? Why is the law involved? Why are we putting felony counts on this kid at a freshman age? I'm assuming that's 14, 15 years old, 13, 14, 15 years old. Why are we doing that to our youth? It is so hard out here when you got that type of ink on your record to do anything. And you know, and I don't know if it falls off when you grow up, but I'm sure it's still on your record. You don't want to put that on a kid's record at that age. Put that on his school file. You know, hey, you know, he's, you know, whatever the case may be. But, when I was in high school, we didn't have the internet like it is today, but I'm assuming we would have put dumb stuff up like that on it. I went to a all white school, you know, when I was a youth, and it was probably 10 of us in the high school, probably 1,200 students or 1,500 students in the high school, anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 students in the high school. And I'm sure, you know, they a lot of times would have put stuff on the internet about us, just like we might would have put stuff on the internet about them. But that don't mean neither one of us needed a felony. That's just young and dumb. They don't understand. You know, I get it. I get the police taking it serious, but why you not taking it serious on these adults out here? Why are these adults getting off? But you gonna turn around and charge kids with felonies. So that's kind of my opinion on that subject. I hate that for the town, because you could hear it kind of in the police voice how, you know, they don't want the town to feel, you know, people to feel like the town is racist. Which, you know, I go to Buffalo Wild Wings a lot, and I'm actually in an interracial family. It'd be like 6 of us at a table. And, you know, I would hate for it to be treated like that at B-dubs, you know. So, yeah, let's leave our kids alone, though. Let's punish them like kids. Now, if they're doing something criminal like murder or, you know, whatever that criminal stuff, then, yeah, you got to charge them with a felony, unfortunately. But this whole... I guess I'm gonna call it bullying. That's not a felony. That's not a felony, in my opinion. But let me know what you think. Man, leave a comment. Let me know. That brings me to another part of the podcast. I'm gonna start a new segment. I remember when. So, you know, with me being older, you know, tipping up that ladder, you know what I'm talking about. I remember when people, like, when somebody had a camera and you weren't on vacation, wasn't nobody posing. So, like, all this Instagram and stuff, like, I laugh a lot to myself because I'm thinking to myself, all these kids got all these pictures they self. I'm jealous a little bit, you know. I'm like, because in my day, the camera come out, you like this. If you can't see me on the podcast, you're not watching the YouTube video, I'm covering my face. I be ducking like everybody. So I always want to try to take a picture of me. And, you know, I ain't like girls, I guess, because girls always like the camera. But us dudes back in my day, we was like, nah, they put a camera out. We ducking, dodging, diving. You know, we trying to get out the room. We don't want to be on no tape. You know, that's the last thing you wanted to be on was tape. You know, like, heck, I remember even high school kids that's good at sports didn't even have tape on them. Where I'm from, you don't even want to be on tape scoring touchdowns. You hear me? Like, that had to even be introduced to us and proposed to us and agreed upon, you know, back when in my day, you know what I'm talking about? So it's crazy to me to see so many pictures. And me, I'm even doing it now. I'm out here trying to get people to take pictures of me and taking pictures of myself, trying to make this money. But, you know, in my day, man, if somebody pulled out a camera, wouldn't nobody be doing this what I'm doing right now back in my day. Wouldn't nobody be doing this. It wouldn't be none of this. Talking to a camera and then uploading it to the internet. It wouldn't be none of this. So y'all youngsters, y'all keep in mind, y'all got it made, you know. So Yeah, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I also want to kind of tell a story, and I'll let y'all go. I know, I don't want to hold you too long. But I want to talk about my jail experiences. There's 3. Been to jail 3 times, right? So the one I'm gonna talk about today was involving. I'll just go in order. This first time I'll talk about the first time I went. First time I went to jail, I was dating a girl. We was off and on, and I had my own place here in town, and another girl had come over. That's when I had cornrows, I had braids and stuff, and another girl had come over to braid my hair, and she happened to just show up probably 10, 15 minutes before. And she really wasn't there to braid my hair, of course not. She was going to braid my hair, but we was going to do some other things too. And make a long story short, the girl I was on and off with shows up. And it's crazy to me, because she shows up at my house. My name is my house. Nobody's my house, right? And starts to, acting a fool. So I come outside, I try to, calm the situation, it ain't what it looked like, yada, yada, yada. You know how we do. And sure enough, the police get called. Keep in mind at this time, I'm probably 21, 22 years old in an all white neighborhood, of course, and they've been waiting on a reason to call the law, probably on me anyway. And so, the law get called, and she's acting a fool, hitting me, slapping me, doing all this. I don't do anything in retaliation. And I was letting the police show up. Well, little did I know my neighbor, was watching next door, and he's like telling the police, hey, man, hey, hold up. She been acting a fool. She been hitting him. This is back. Because at this time, I'm in the backseat of the police car. Because, sure enough, when the police roll up, one of the policemen is like, hey, you dog. That's what they used to call me, because I used to say, hey, dog, all the time, dog, what up, dog, all the time. And that's what he called. He said, you dog. I said, man, yeah, man, blah, blah. And he didn't like me, and so I was in the back seat without no question. Like it wasn't even no question. I was getting in the back seat. They wound up charging me with DTP, disturbing the peace. And anyway, back to my neighbor. So my neighbor's like, yeah, no, you got the wrong guy. She's the guilty person. You taking them in, blah, 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 And it was interesting because as I'm in the backseat of that car, I even told the dude that was locking me up, I guess he was probably a sophomore when I was a senior in high school. And I was like, yeah, I knew one day I'd wind up here. I knew it, one day I'd wind up here. And sure enough, I'm in the backseat of the cruiser, headed to the jailhouse. You know what I'm talking about? So, back then I had my grandparents, and I called them. I said, come bail your grandbaby out, man. I'm here. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. You know what I'm talking about? So it was crazy, man. It was definitely an experience, and definitely would not recommend me in jail. And I will tell you why on my second trip to the big house. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you why I would not recommend it. But anyway, I hope you got something from this podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share it, like it, subscribe it. Find me on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube. Just look for me, Chad Rob TV. You know what I'm talking about? That's the umbrella, but this is the I Am Who I Am podcast. #IAMWHOiAM. You hear me? The podcast. And this is episode 11. And be sure to like, comment, dislike. Let me know feedback with your boy. Keep me going. Keep me grinding, because I'm on this grind right now for real. And on that note, I'll let y'all have it. As always, I'll be back. Yeah.